Martha thought she was doing everything right. At 68, she'd read every health article, watched countless videos about nutrition, and carefully added what she believed were superfoods to her daily routine. Every morning, she'd sprinkle these tiny seeds on her oatmeal, convinced they were protecting her heart, boosting her energy, and keeping her mind sharp. But after 3 months of this healthy habit, something wasn't right. Her joints ached more than usual. Her digestion had become unpredictable. She felt bloated most afternoons, and strangest of all, her blood pressure readings were creeping higher despite all her healthy choices. Martha's doctor was puzzled. Her lab results showed inflammation markers that shouldn't have been there. Her kidney function had slightly declined. And when they dug deeper, they discovered something shocking. The very seeds she thought were healing her body were actually working against her in ways no one had warned her about. If you're over 60 and have been adding seeds to your diet because you heard they were good for you, this video might save your health, because what I'm about to share isn't just about Martha's story. It's about 3 specific seeds that millions of seniors consume daily, believing they're making healthy choices, when in reality, these innocent-looking seeds can trigger serious health problems that worsen with age. Before we dive in, I'd love to know where you're watching from today. Drop a comment below with your age and location, and if you've experienced any unexpected health changes after adding seeds to your diet, please share that too. Your story might help someone else avoid the same mistakes. And if you're concerned about making the right nutritional choices as you age, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're going to explore the hidden dangers lurking in your pantry, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which seeds to avoid and why your body might be struggling more than it should. Let's start with the first seed that's causing more harm than help, and it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now. The first dangerous seed: flax seeds. When Robert turned 65, his doctor mentioned that his cholesterol levels were creeping up. Like many health-conscious seniors, Robert started researching natural ways to improve his heart health. Everywhere he looked, the same advice appeared: add flax seeds to your diet. Rich in omega-3s, high in fiber, packed with lignans that supposedly fight inflammation. So Robert did exactly what the health blogs recommended. Every morning, he'd grind 2 tablespoons of flax seeds and mix them into his smoothie. He felt virtuous, responsible, like he was taking control of his health naturally. But within 6 weeks, Robert noticed something troubling. His bowel movements became erratic. Some days he'd experience painful constipation, other days urgent diarrhea that left him afraid to leave the house. His stomach bloated after meals, and he developed a persistent feeling of fullness that made eating uncomfortable. When Robert mentioned these symptoms to his doctor, they initially attributed it to normal aging digestive changes, but the problems worsened. Robert began experiencing sharp abdominal pains, and his energy levels plummeted. He was eating what he thought was a superfood, yet he felt worse than before he'd started. Here's what Robert didn't know, and what millions of seniors aren't being told. Flax seeds can be particularly problematic for aging digestive systems. As we get older, our digestive tract produces less stomach acid and fewer digestive enzymes. This means foods that younger people can handle easily become difficult for seniors to process properly. Flax seeds are incredibly high in fiber, containing about 27 grams per 100 grams of seeds. While fiber is generally beneficial, this amount can overwhelm an older digestive system, especially when introduced suddenly. The result isn't the smooth digestion promised in health articles, but rather painful bloating, gas, and unpredictable bowel movements. But the digestive issues are just the beginning. Flax seeds contain compounds called cyanogenic glycosides, which can release hydrogen cyanide when digested. In small amounts, a healthy body can handle this. But seniors often have compromised detoxification systems, meaning these compounds can accumulate and cause problems. Even more concerning is flax seeds' interaction with medications. Many seniors take blood thinners, diabetes medications, or blood pressure drugs. Flax seeds can alter how these medications work in your body. The omega-3s in flax can thin your blood further if you're already on anticoagulants, potentially leading to dangerous bleeding. If you're diabetic, flax can cause unpredictable drops in blood sugar, especially when combined with medication. Robert's case took a serious turn when his blood work revealed elevated liver enzymes. His body was working overtime trying to process the compounds in flax seeds, and his liver was showing signs of stress. Once he stopped consuming flax seeds, his digestive problems gradually resolved, and his liver function returned to normal. The tragedy is that Robert thought he was being health conscious. He'd followed advice meant for younger, healthier people without understanding how his aging body would respond differently. The same seed that might benefit a 30-year-old can burden a 65-year-old's system in ways that create more problems than benefits, and flax seeds aren't the only culprit. The second seed we need to discuss is even more popular among seniors, and its hidden dangers might shock you. The second dangerous seed, chia seeds. When Eleanor's daughter brought her a bag of chia seeds for her 72nd birthday, she called them nature's miracle. The tiny black seeds were supposed to give Eleanor energy, help her lose weight, and provide all the nutrients she needed to stay strong and healthy. Eleanor embraced this gift with enthusiasm. She'd read about ancient warriors surviving on chia seeds, about their incredible ability to absorb water and keep you full for hours. Every morning, she'd soak 2 tablespoons in water, creating what looked like a healthy, gel-like pudding that she'd top with fruit. For the first few weeks, Eleanor felt proud of her healthy choice. The chia seeds did make her feel full, and she was eating less overall. But then, strange things began happening. She started experiencing severe heartburn, something she'd never dealt with before. Her throat felt scratchy and irritated, especially in the mornings. More troubling was what happened when Eleanor forgot to soak the seeds properly one day and ate them dry with yogurt. Within hours, she felt like something was stuck in her throat. The seeds had absorbed moisture in her esophagus and created a thick gel-like mass that was difficult to swallow. The feeling was so frightening that she considered calling for emergency help. But Eleanor's problems went beyond swallowing difficulties. After 2 months of daily chia consumption, her blood pressure began fluctuating wildly. Some days it would spike dangerously high. Other days it would drop so low she felt dizzy and weak. Her doctor was puzzled until they discovered the connection to chia seeds. Here's what makes chia seeds particularly dangerous for seniors. They're incredibly absorbent, capable of holding up to 12 times their weight in water. In a young, healthy digestive system, this might not cause problems. But senior digestive tracts move more slowly, and the thick gel that chia seeds create can cause blockages, especially in the esophagus or intestines. There have been documented cases of seniors requiring emergency surgery to remove chia seed masses that had formed obstructions in their digestive tract. The very quality that makes chia seeds seem beneficial, their ability to expand and gel, becomes dangerous when that expansion happens in the wrong place. Chia seeds are also extremely high in fiber, containing about 34 grams per 100 grams of seeds. For seniors who may already have slower digestion, this massive fiber load can cause severe constipation, alternating with explosive diarrhea. The body simply can't handle the sudden influx of insoluble fiber, especially when combined with the gel-forming properties of the seeds. But perhaps most concerning is chia seeds' effect on blood pressure and blood sugar. Chia seeds can cause significant drops in both, which sounds beneficial until you realize that many seniors are already taking medications to control these conditions. The combination of medication and chia seeds can cause blood pressure or blood sugar to drop to dangerously low levels. Eleanor experienced this firsthand when she collapsed in her kitchen one morning. Her blood pressure had dropped so severely that she couldn't stand without feeling faint. Emergency tests revealed that the combination of her blood pressure medication and the daily chia seeds was causing her cardiovascular system to become unstable. There's also the issue of blood clotting. Chia seeds can affect how your blood clots, which is particularly dangerous for seniors who may be on blood thinners or who have underlying cardiovascular conditions. What seems like an innocent health food can interfere with carefully balanced medication regimens that doctors have spent years adjusting. Eleanor's story has a positive ending. Once she stopped consuming chia seeds, her digestive problems resolved. Her blood pressure stabilized and the throat irritation disappeared. But it took months for her body to fully recover from the daily assault of these tiny seeds. The most heartbreaking part of Eleanor's experience was the guilt she felt. She thought she was taking care of herself, making smart health choices based on popular nutrition advice. She didn't know that recommendations for seeds are often based on studies of young, healthy adults, not on how these foods affect aging bodies with complex health conditions and medication needs. Which brings us to the third and perhaps most shocking seed that's harming seniors' health. This one is found in millions of homes and is often recommended by well-meaning health professionals who don't understand its hidden dangers. The third dangerous seed, sunflower seeds. David had always been a practical man. At 74, he approached his health the same way he'd approached his 40-year career as an engineer, methodically and based on facts. When his doctor mentioned that his prostate-specific antigen levels were slightly elevated, David researched natural ways to support prostate health. Sunflower seeds appeared in nearly every article he read. Rich in vitamin E, loaded with selenium, packed with healthy fats that supposedly reduced inflammation. David calculated that 1 ounce per day would provide optimal nutrition without excess calories. He bought unsalted sunflower seeds in bulk and portioned them into daily servings. What David didn't anticipate was how quickly things would go wrong. Within 3 weeks, he developed painful canker sores in his mouth that made eating difficult. His gums became inflamed and tender. More concerning, he began experiencing chest tightness and shortness of breath during his daily walks. But the most frightening symptom appeared after 2 months. David started having severe allergic reactions. His face would swell, his throat would tighten, and he'd break out in hives for no apparent reason. These episodes were becoming more frequent and more severe, requiring emergency medical attention twice. The allergist's tests revealed something unexpected. David had developed a severe sensitivity to sunflower seeds, but the reaction wasn't immediate like typical food allergies. Instead, it was a cumulative sensitivity that built up over time, becoming more dangerous with each exposure. Here's what makes sunflower seeds particularly problematic for seniors. They're extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. While some omega-6 is necessary, the ratio in sunflower seeds can trigger inflammatory responses, especially in aging bodies that are already dealing with chronic inflammation. Seniors' immune systems become more reactive and less discriminating with age. Foods that once caused no problems can suddenly trigger allergic responses or autoimmune reactions. Sunflower seeds are particularly notorious for causing delayed-onset allergies that can take months to develop but become severe very quickly. David's breathing problems weren't coincidental. Sunflower seeds belong to the same plant family as ragweed, and many people who have ragweed allergies can develop cross-reactivity to sunflower seeds. For seniors who may have developed environmental allergies over the decades, sunflower seeds can trigger respiratory symptoms that mimic asthma or heart problems. The vitamin E content in sunflower seeds, while beneficial in small amounts, can become toxic when consumed regularly in the quantities most people eat. 1 ounce of sunflower seeds contains about 76% of the daily vitamin E requirement. But seniors often take vitamin E supplements, use fortified foods, and consume other vitamin E-rich foods. The cumulative effect can lead to vitamin E toxicity, which causes bleeding problems, muscle weakness, and digestive issues. Even more dangerous is sunflower seeds' interaction with blood-thinning medications. The high vitamin E content can dramatically increase the effects of anticoagulants like warfarin, leading to internal bleeding that can be life-threatening. David's chest tightness was actually early signs of bleeding in his chest cavity, a condition that could have been fatal if not caught early. Sunflower seeds are also incredibly high in calories and fat. 1 cup contains over 800 calories and 70 grams of fat. For seniors trying to maintain healthy weights or manage conditions like diabetes or heart disease, these hidden calories can sabotage their health goals while they think they're eating something beneficial. The selenium content, while necessary in small amounts, can accumulate to toxic levels with regular consumption. Selenium toxicity causes hair loss, nail brittleness, garlic-like breath, and neurological problems that can be mistaken for age-related cognitive decline. David's recovery required complete avoidance of sunflower seeds and products containing sunflower oil. He had to carry an emergency inhaler for months while his respiratory system healed. His allergist warned him that his sensitivity was now permanent. Even small exposures could trigger severe reactions for the rest of his life. The most tragic aspect of David's story is how preventable it was. He'd followed nutrition advice that failed to account for the unique vulnerabilities of aging bodies. The same seeds that might provide benefits to younger people became dangerous for his senior immune system and metabolism. Now that we've explored these 3 dangerous seeds, you might be wondering, if these popular superfoods can cause such serious problems, what should seniors be eating instead? And how can you tell if seeds you're currently consuming are affecting your health? The hidden truth about seeds and aging bodies. The stories of Martha, Robert, Eleanor, and David aren't isolated incidents. They represent a growing problem that's largely ignored by mainstream nutrition advice, the failure to account for how aging changes our body's ability to process certain foods. When we're young, our digestive systems are robust, our detoxification pathways work efficiently, and our immune systems can handle a wide variety of foods without problems. But after 60, everything changes. Stomach acid production decreases by up to 40%. Digestive enzyme production slows significantly. The liver becomes less efficient at processing toxins and compounds. The immune system becomes both weaker against real threats and more reactive to harmless substances. This means that foods promoted as healthy for the general population can become problematic for seniors. Seeds, in particular, present unique challenges for aging bodies. They're designed by nature to be difficult to digest. Their outer shells contain anti-nutrients that can interfere with mineral absorption, and many seeds contain compounds that can accumulate to problematic levels over time. The fiber content in seeds, while beneficial for younger digestive systems, can overwhelm senior digestive tracts that are already moving more slowly. The result is often painful bloating, unpredictable bowel movements, and malabsorption of important nutrients from other foods. Seeds are also concentrated sources of specific nutrients that can easily exceed safe levels when consumed regularly. Vitamin E from sunflower seeds, omega-6 fatty acids from most seeds, and various mineral contents can accumulate to toxic levels much more quickly in seniors than in younger adults. Perhaps most concerning is how seeds interact with medications. The average senior takes 4 to 6 prescription medications daily, and seeds can alter how these drugs work in the body. Blood thinners become more potent, blood pressure medications become unpredictable, and diabetes drugs can cause dangerous blood sugar swings when combined with certain seeds. But here's what the health industry doesn't want you to know. Most nutrition research is conducted on young, healthy adults, typically college students in their 20s. The dosages, benefits, and safety profiles established in these studies may not apply to seniors at all. Yet this research is used to make recommendations for all age groups, leading to potentially dangerous advice for older adults. The supplement and health food industries profit enormously from promoting seeds as superfoods. Chia seeds alone represent a multi-billion-dollar market, with companies making health claims based on limited research that doesn't account for age-related vulnerabilities. The marketing targets seniors specifically, playing on their fears about aging and their desire to stay healthy naturally. What makes this particularly insidious is that the problems caused by these seeds often develop slowly and can be mistaken for normal aging symptoms. Joint pain from inflammation, digestive issues, fatigue, and even cognitive problems can all be attributed to getting older, when they might actually be caused by foods promoted as healthy choices. Dr. Patricia Williams, a geriatric specialist with 30 years of experience, has seen this pattern repeatedly in her practice. She notes that many of her patients' unexplained symptoms resolve completely when they eliminate problematic seeds from their diets. Yet most doctors aren't trained to look for these connections, and patients rarely suspect that their healthy choices might be causing their problems. The solution isn't to avoid all seeds forever, but to understand which ones are particularly problematic for seniors and to consume any seeds in much smaller quantities than typically recommended. It's also crucial to consider how seeds might interact with existing health conditions and medications. For seniors dealing with digestive issues, inflammatory conditions, autoimmune problems, or taking multiple medications, the safest approach may be to avoid concentrated seed consumption altogether and focus on getting nutrients from sources that are easier for aging bodies to handle. What you should do instead, if you've been consuming any of these 3 seeds regularly, don't panic, but do take action. The first step is to stop consuming them immediately and monitor how your body responds over the next few weeks. Many people are surprised by how much better they feel once they eliminate these problematic foods. For nutrition, focus on foods that are easier for senior digestive systems to handle. Well-cooked vegetables provide fiber without the harsh, insoluble fiber found in seeds. Lean proteins like fish, eggs, and poultry are easier to digest and don't carry the inflammatory compounds found in many seeds. If you're looking for omega-3 fatty acids, consider fish oil supplements that have been purified and concentrated, rather than trying to get these nutrients from seeds that may cause other problems. For fiber, cooked vegetables, fruits without seeds, and well-prepared grains provide gentler options. Before making any significant dietary changes, consult with a healthcare provider who understands geriatric nutrition. They can help you identify potential interactions with your medications and monitor your health as you adjust your diet. Most importantly, be skeptical of nutrition advice that doesn't account for your age and health status. What works for a 25-year-old may not work for a 65-year-old, and the health industry often fails to make this distinction clear. Your body has carried you through decades of life, and it deserves nutrition choices that support, rather than stress, your aging systems. Sometimes the healthiest choice is avoiding foods that others promote as beneficial, especially when those foods can interact dangerously with the complex health picture that often comes with aging. Remember, true health isn't about following the latest superfood trends. It's about listening to your body, working with healthcare providers who understand aging, and making choices based on how you actually feel rather than what marketing campaigns promise. If this video has opened your eyes to hidden dangers in your diet, Please share it with other seniors in your life. Your story and awareness could prevent someone else from experiencing the problems that Martha, Robert, Eleanor, and David went through. And if you've had experiences with foods that you thought were healthy but caused unexpected problems, please share your story in the comments. Your experience could be the warning that saves someone else's health. Stay informed, stay skeptical, and remember that sometimes the best choice for your health is saying no to foods that everyone else is saying yes to.